Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship. We are here for round number 2 of the 2021 Formula 2 Championship here at the circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya in Montmeló, Spain for the Spanish Grand Prix. We're back with more Formula 2 action. Now heading into the European leg of the season, and we have got a lot of action ahead of us here at Barcelona. My name is Miran in the commentary booth, and we are having 20 minutes of qualifying just ahead of us. Jakuba Zukauskas, first man out in the Haas, and he will just start his lap then, as we will witness his first flying lap. I will take you through. Did I say Haas? Oh goodness. Apologies. I've had a bit of a rough day today, so I am very, very tired, and I do apologize if I do make any mistakes in the commentary booth today. But yeah, hopefully we should be able to get through it. One and all, I do mean the ART Grand Prix, but we'll get through the track then, as we'll witness the first flying lap of the session. So the circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, located in the municipality of Montmeló near the town of Barcelona in the Catalonia region of Spain. The track was opened on the 10th of September 1991, marking this year the 32nd anniversary of this Barcelona track. It hosted Formula 1 in its opening year of 1991 and has hosted the Spanish Grand Prix ever since. It's obviously also hosted FIA Formula 2 and Formula 3 in all of its years. And we've also had motorcycle racing, a mainstay here. MotoGP has run since 1992, featuring the Catalan Motorcycle Grand Prix, and you've had a slew of racing series here as well, like the European Le Mans Series, World Superbikes, and also DTM was here for a while as well. Either way, the track configuration that we are running today, which is the Grand Prix circuit with the chicane. So we are actually running the chicane layout for Formula 1 and Formula 2. We did run a no chicane layout for Porsche Super Cup. Yeah, we'll be running the no chicane layout in the first time since I believe it is 2017 we run it in Formula 2 and F1. 2018 it might have been, I'm not really sure, but it's been quite a while. That's what I'm trying to assure you guys. So yeah, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how this is gonna play out. So we're having the first few times on the board then. Oh, I also didn't talk about the layout we're running. It is 4.657 kilometers long. No, sorry, 4.675 kilometers long. Slight change there. And it features 16 turns, and a race lap record in these cars would be about a 1:27.4, but I do expect we get a bit of slower times around here, because this is the layout without the chicane. With the chicane, it would be a 1:34, somewhere about. And as we're having the times coming in on the board, actually, we can see that they are a bit faster than that. Say 1:32.499 for the man currently at the top of the timing sheets, Michael Valjak in the UNI Virtuosi. Croatian getting off to a strong start then here at Barcelona. Then you have Håkan Olsen in second, followed by fellow countryman Axel Socki in third. So an interesting top three then. So there's Aaron Curtis getting himself onto P5, Jake Tillesley getting himself up into P8. Axel Socki then, the question will be if the young Norwegian will be able to carry on that pace from Bahrain and be destined for something even greater here at Barcelona. But we'll just have to wait and see what qualifying will have in store for us here in Formula 2. So we always do know it tends to get really, really exciting into the later ends of the session. There is Henry J. Brown, Caru's man, going up into P7. Not the debut he would have hoped for in Bahrain, scoring 0 points. He'll be wanting to change that around here today, as he's not too far from home now. Obviously, we're going to go to Portimao last week with Formula 2, so he doesn't have a home race, but this is the closest he is getting to home. So, yeah, he'll have to make the most of it. Really, Sundevik then in the high-tech, a man quite far from home. If you think about the nationality he is representing, he goes up into P6. That's a 132.682, only 200s off Curtis in P5, and I think you have to really give it to Aaron Curtis as well. We'll see what Curtis will be able to do in this session as well. Sundevik now heads through turn number 9. Decent improvement in the middle sector. It seemed like, I don't think it is actually, I'm not sure. I think he might have lost a bit of time. Or I'm just tired and I might be saying things. I'll leave it up for you, the viewers, to decide that. But what we do know is, as we're going to see him head through turn 14 and then turn number 15, Sundevik is going to head through not the final corner. He's in fact coming into the pit lane. So is Ari Soido, who's doing very, very well in 4th. You have to really give us a campus here today. P4 and P5 at the moment, but we'll see if that is eventually going to come down. You had Hidayat just across the line there. Next across the line, Thunitorn Konkum, and the man from Thailand goes up into P10. Good lap from Konkum. And that is the man, the MP Motorsport, going up into 10th, just behind Tobias Schulenberg. Oh, and that's an off. That is Adam Hidayat and Nikhil Walji at turn number 3. And I fear we may have had a bit of a 3-wide situation. We're going to see what happened here. It's Hidayat round the outside of Nikhil Walji. Oh, and they touch. And both of them off the track. We're going to see what happened here again, but this is quite a bizarre accident. I'm not sure if Walji tagged Hidayat there, but they certainly did make contact against Nikhil Walji as he was just going out of the pit lane. Did move over a tiny bit there, and just makes contact with the side pod, and Hidayat tries to re-enter the track in a swift maneuver, and it doesn't really work out for the pair of them. So yeah, we'll see what the stewards will have to say about that, but that's going to definitely hamper the pair of them in their running, as Mihail Valyak did get an improvement in. Provisional pole man does get an improvement, so we'll see if that is enough for him to hold on to that provisional pole. And also Adam Hidayat, I do think, who was on a flyer there, will be quite angry about Walji as Jokubas Zukauskas now going up into 3rd. Very good lap from the Lithuanian man. I also forgot to mention Axel Sokki in 2nd, who just got himself ahead of Håkon Olsen. This has now pushed Olsen down to 4th with Zukauskas' improvement as he went up into P3. Walji in the pits. Hidayat though, his car yet to be recovered, so that's a bit odd. Guess he's still waiting for the marshals or whatever it is, the recovery vehicles, to tow him back into the pit lane. Rowan Shotanus going to go on board with the Dutchman now as he starts a lap of the Barcelona circuit here, heading down into turn number 1. Quick right-hander coming at you. As you head through turn number 2, a left-hander, and then a long right-hander of turn number 3, really staying on the inside line there. Open up the car a bit more towards the exit as you head into another long and winding right-hander, this time with the brakes. You head through turn 4, Repsol as it is called, as the track goes downhill then. It's a bit more of a technical section here. As you head through turn 5, and this little king turn 6, but another tricky corner, turn number 7, and then turn number 8, then through a bit of a faster right-hander, turn number 9. Try not to run wide on the exit there. Really easy to do that, but you just have to make sure not to. So you head down into turn number 10, La Caja, as it is called. Obviously resurfaced for the 2021 season. It's been completely remade. So he now heads through turn number 12. Long right-hander into Europe car, turn number 13, and then into the chicane then, RACC as it is called. Turn 14 and 15, neatly through there as Shotanus is just about to finish his lap. Let's see where this will get him, and it's P7 for Rowan Shotanus, but going on to provisional pole, Henry J. Brown. Great lap from the Portuguese man, 132.371. And he will be very happy about that. I am sure it's a great lap to dethrone Valyak off the fastest spots. But yeah, that sends him up into P1. Also got some news about that Hidayat Walji collision. The stewards have decided, and Nikhil Walji will receive a 5-place grid penalty at the race start, so yeah, he will be dropped 5 grid places, and at the moment that would obviously put him down to last as he is P20, but if he does get an improvement, he will be quite hampered by that penalty. Just looking at the man 1 position ahead of him, Ida Weitz in the Carlin. Started off the season pointless, probably wouldn't want to do that here, and he does make a bit of a change for it. P10 at the moment for Ida Weitz. Good lap from the Swede, and that puts him decently ahead of his teammate Walji. Here is Håkon Olsen, currently in 5th, staying on for what I do believe is a 4th season with Dams. Good memories for him at this track, obviously. 4 seasons ago, he did take his first and only provisional pole. Speaking of provisional pole, by 1,000th of a second, really Sundevik, out of all people, goes on to provisional pole. Very good lap, and he just edges out Henry J. Brown there for provisional pole with 6 minutes to go. Wow, it really doesn't get closer than that, ladies and gentlemen. And really Sundevik, your new provisional pole sitter then by 1,000th of a second. That is absolutely incredible. But Henry, I think, won't be too happy about that. But it'll just be, we'll just have to wait and see if he's going to be able to manage an improvement. Only needs 1,000th of an improvement to be able to get up there. Martinez now goes up into P16. Adam Hidayat still not wheeled into the pit lane. I wonder what's wrong. Down at turn number 2, but I fear he might be out. There's Tobias Schulenberg in the Prema. He was just 8th. He's down to 9th as Curtis now goes up into 7th, just 8,000th off his teammate Ari Soila. Again, Campos doing very well here. 2 teammates looking really close in contention for the points here today, and if they keep up this pace, they could be a quite formidable force. Speaking of Campos drivers, Ari Soilu gets himself up 1 position, up into P5. He now goes, puts Jakubas Zukauskas between himself and his teammate Curtis. Gabriel Gomez then, or is it Gomes? I'm not sure. Henry in the chat speaks Portuguese, he'll have to correct me. As going up into P4, Jake Tillisley. Very, very well done from the Brit. He has just bagged himself a potentially very good starting position for the race. So now on board with Gabriel Gomez, heading through turn number 2. The man who scored points on his Formula 2 return as going up into provisional pole, Hoàng Minh Nguyen. That is a great lap from the Vietnamese man, and he is going to be really, really happy about that one, I am sure of it. Coming off pointless, what a way to prove the critics wrong by going on to provisional pole, even with 4 minutes to go in the session. And obviously we do know anything can still happen. That is one hell of a way to bag a really good starting position for the race, as he currently sits on provisional pole here at Barcelona. Now the big question obviously will be if he's going to be able to hold on to that. So Gomez in the middle sector, 2/10 off. If he ties up the sector 3 well, he could get himself into the top 10. Gomez then through the chicane and into the final corner, through turn number 16. Let's see what Gomez is going to be able to do. It's P13, just shy of the top 10, but at least he gets himself out of last. And Adam Hidayat, you just saw his name turn white there again, and the pit lane icon appearing. He's been wheeled back into the pit lane finally, but that is an absolute age for Adam Hidayat, and he will not be happy about that, I am sure of it. So I don't think he's getting any more running in this session, unfortunately. But at least he has finally been wheeled back into the pit lane. So I guess it is a bit of good news. Then it does clear the potential danger of a stationary car in the gravel trap just out of turn 2. So looking at the man who won last time out, Rodrigo Jimenez. The second Brazilian on the grid, will be wanting to get himself into the top 10 once again. He wants to continue that good run of form, as we're going to see sector 2 time now. What is it going to be for Rodrigo Jimenez? Oh, it's 9/10 off, not looking too good. Doesn't seem to be a personal best for Rodrigo Jimenez, as I think he's either coming into the pit lane or he's going to try to go for another lap. There behind him is Jean-Francois Bilot, who currently sits in P21, and obviously being stuck behind the Prema is not going to do the Frenchman any wonders, as we have Giuseppe in the commentary booth. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Milan. I finally joined in time for once, because I wasn't outside, where I was about 5 minutes ago. But it's nice to be with you guys here at SE Catalunya.
Yeah, great to have you here, Giuseppe. I really do need it, as I have been quite tired today, so it's really good to have someone alongside me helping me out. But yeah, you're just joining us for the final few moments of qualifying. Lots of guys in the pit lane, and we're just going to have the checkered flag fall. So we're waiting anxiously to see who is going to be able to secure pole position here at Barcelona.
Right now, it seems that it's going to be. I was butchered it, like Nguyen? Oh no.
Yeah, Nguyen, I think it is.
I'm sorry to all Vietnamese people out there. But Sundevik is quite close behind, and Brown actually 1 millisecond behind Sundevik. So there you go, that's as close as it gets. But Nguyen right now has a comfortable gap. Doesn't mean that it's gonna stay that way, as he's in the pits. So won't set another lap time. We have Tilsley, who is in 6th, coming around. Can he influence something onto the results? Maybe he can pull off an improvement. Concom, I think, is also still out, as is Brown, unless they're just coming in. Tilsley doesn't improve. Brown improves actually by 2 milliseconds. She's 1 millisecond ahead of Sundevik now.
That's one way to get your position back. Either way, checker flag is out. First across the line, Jean-Francois Bilot goes up into P19. Rowan Chotanis with an improvement as well, up into P10. Next across the line would be Rosetta Martinez, but he comes into the pit lane. We're going to have Thuniator and Conkham be the next man across the line. And in the MP Motorsport, P5, only about a tenth and a half off. Can he do something here? No. Surprisingly not.
And we're looking at Aaron Curtis. Come around the final corner. Can he set an improvement? Yes, but it's not enough to get him up. As we look at Luan, across the finish line, stays in 16th. I think only Bugs, one of the last few drivers, now has to settle up. Going around the chicane, which thank God is gone in real life, so. But we still have it here, so we'll have to enjoy it. But he comes to the pits.
Not in this season, actually. Was still being used in 2021. Boakes comes in. We're just waiting for the final 3 cars across the line then. Tilsley could be in for a shot at dethroning Hwang Min Nguyen if he does nail this lap. Behind him is Henry J. Brown as well. And both of them come in. Both of them in. So, yeah, it's not the pole for them. Gabriel Gomez as well behind came in. So he is not improving either. And I think that might just be the nail in the coffin for anyone else, unless we can see an absolute wonder here. Jean-Francois Bilot goes across the line, and that is not enough. And thus, it is going to be Hwang Min Nguyen claiming his first pole position in Formula 2. He's on pole here at Barcelona.
A great lap, honestly.
Yeah. Really, really well done from Hwang Min Nguyen. It's been quite a while since he's grabbed a pole position, so it's really great to see that he's finally been able to get back on top in a qualifying session. We're gonna have the starting grid then, as we have the grid set for 27 laps around Barcelona here, and we will now go through the grid. So it's going to be Hwang Min Nguyen on pole position for HWA Race Lab. I believe this is HWA's first pole in Formula 2, if I'm not mistaken. He is accompanied by the man in second, Henry J. Brown, in the cut rules. Very well done from Henry, I have to say, in this qualifying session. Really Sundevik lines up in P3 with Mihail Valyak in 4th. Thuniator and Conkham will be P5 with Jake Tilsley in 6th. Axel Socke is 7th with Ari Soiler starting in P8. And then it is Jakubas Zukauskas in 9th with Håkon Olsen rounding out. No, sorry, I mean Rowan Chotanis rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, and in 11th, we have Aaron Curtis. And in 12th, there's Håkon Olsen. So he's not 10th, he's 12th. In 13th, we have Tobias Schoenenberg, and right behind him there's Gabriel Gomez. Then we have Ide Weitz, Alex Luan, Hidayat, Rosetta Martinez, Jean-Francois Bilot. Last time's race winner, Jimenez, doesn't have that good of a qualifying this time around. Can he pull some positions in the race? It's all we're gonna have to find that out. But the last 2 drivers lining up, Ollie Bogues and Wauji, and now I think we're ready to go racing.
Yeah, it's time to go down to the grid then. 27 laps of racing action here at Barcelona. Nguyen on pole, 6 lights. And we're underway here at Barcelona. Not the greatest getaway from Hwang Min Nguyen, as Sundevik in the back actually got a really good start, but Henry J. Brown immediately has darted into the lead. Nguyen covers the inside, tries to cover Sundevik off and does so, but he's going to try and retaliate on the inside line of Henry J. Brown there. Doesn't quite work, as there is Thuniator Conkham now going wheel to wheel with really Sundevik. The Thai man's had an absolutely great start. He's going to try to go around the outside. Oh, that's Adam Hidayat in the wall. An absolutely woeful weekend for Adam Hidayat. as we're seeing Konkum then round the outside of Sundevik. Is he going to be able to pull it off into turn number 5 as they're still side by side? Great battling then for the last step at the podium as Konkum on the inside heading into turn number 7 should be able to hold him off now and is able to go up into third.
A great start by Brown, and Nguyen losing out on the on his pole position in the first lap, but still he did try and move into the first corner immediately, but didn't pull it off. As we have Tilsley now going for a move onto, that is Axel Socki. Has he got it done? Not quite. Socki now has the inside line. Very close spacing between the two, side by side. As Tilsley goes a bit wide, and he has to slot in behind once again.
Yeah, ran wide there into turn 13. There's Weitz covering off Martinez. Martinez is in fact trying a move onto Alex Luan on the outside line there. Tries to make it stick on the outside, but doesn't quite work. Either way, he's going to get the overspeed heading into turn 1, unless Rodrigo Jimenez is going to be able to do something there. So we're going to Ari Soilo onto Jacob Bazukowskas. Rowan Shotala's down the inside. Oh, it's not worked. And it has not worked at all. Oh my goodness. Big accident. And it's the two Campos cars involved there. Aaron Curtis, Ari Soilu. Lots of chaos here at the back. Soilu's able to get the wheel spinning again, but I'm unsure if Rowan Shotanas was able to do it. That was a bit of a sloppy move from Rowan Shotanas, and I think the blame might have to lie with the Dutchman there. We're going to see what happened here, Giuseppe.
Indeed. Not many are going to get the joke. I will do now, but that rejoin from Soilu, that was an MMS rejoin, I would say, but I don't think many are going to get that, but for who does, you know what I'm talking about. But either way, very hard impact there. It came out of nowhere, but of course they make it 3 wide. And well, Chateauneuf has really nowhere to go. I mean, he could back off, but at that point it just... Aoi also gets hit in the rear. Can't get it back running again.
And well, to be fair, Ari Soilu, who was trying to go across the track, I suppose, to maybe try and park the car, wasn't able to do it. Here's what happened to Adam Hidayat then into turn 1. Here he is on the outside of Martinez. There's Jimenez on the inside line, heading into turn 1. And this is to turn 2. Below 6 the wheel up the inside and just into the barrier and out for Adam Hidayat. His weekend coming to an end just like that. And I have to say, absolutely torrid weekend for Adam Hidayat. Really have to give it to him. Well, not quite, but either way, going back to the action, Henry J. Brown now in the race lead. 1.4 ahead of Hwang Min Nguyen, so Brown has had an absolute dream start over Nguyen in second, and Konkum not quite able to keep it level with Nguyen so far. So early race advantage, Henry J. Brown then.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds. Though he isn't even in the DRS reach, call it that. But Konkum is, so Nguyen will have to check his mirrors. As we have Tilsley, who did before try get the move down onto Socki, but he went a bit wide, didn't work out as that well. But now lap 3 DRS should be available, but now his only thing he can rely on is Slipstream, which doesn't quite work out. But he's there, he's just trying to see if a gap opens anytime.
Yeah, we'll see if he is gonna be able to do it. As there's Ollie Boaks then to the inside of the stricken Aaron Curtis. Guess he's got a bit of damage to that Campos machine, but he's still able to defend from Ollie Boaks. So yeah, well done Aaron Curtis, but big points for Campos squandered. Both of them out of the points, and that is, I have to say, such a shame considering they qualified so well.
That shows that it is sometimes, but the most important thing is that they come back even better next race, so just maybe Aaron Curtis will pull off a great comeback, we'll never know. It's only lap 3, so...
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, I do suppose. Here is Ida Weitz, currently chasing down Rodrigo Jimenez for 12th, heading through turn 11, or turn 10, sorry. Now turn 11. Gap is about 3 to 4 tenths between the two. Jimenez obviously quite lucky to have Gabriel Gomez there just up ahead, his fellow countryman, that he's able to keep a solid stream of DRS from. So Weitz not really with the advantage just yet.
As regards to cars go down the back straight, on the straight. Very nice shot that one actually.
Indeed, camera work on point. Ollie Boakes still trying to chase down Aaron Curtis into turn 4. Sorry, lap 4 I mean, but into turn 1. He isn't quite able to do anything just yet. As we look back into the top 3, Henry J. Brown leading. You can just see him there pull off in the distance, 2.4 seconds ahead of Hwang-Min Nguyen. Nguyen losing time. Konkum seems to have finally found that little advantage over Nguyen, so he could try and make a claim for second here.
Yeah, he's very close, and now DRS wide open. Can he get a move into the corner? He's not going looking down the inside. He's just saving it up maybe for later on the straight to send a move down turn 1. For now, he's staying behind, going to turn 11. So we head down to the chicane. Still there, so he's not losing any time. But Nguyen certainly is. Now he's from 2.4 to 3 seconds now at 3.1. So Nguyen not looking quite fast today, and Konkum might even take advantage of that. Now DRS open plus slipstream. Can he do anything? He's looking. He's. Oh.
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, the camera shot didn't show the two cars, so I was mistaking. But Tilsley goes for a move, but doesn't quite work out. Can he try now into? Oh, he goes a bit wide actually. Gets a bit of dirt up in the air.
Yeah.
So can't quite make it down. So now he has to worry about Zukauskas.
Yeah, it was a. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. That's nothing to say.
Keep interrupting you. I apologize, but yeah, Tildesley think was a bit of an unrealistic move from how far back he was, so he just wasn't able to do anything, which I do suppose is on him. Either way, we're seeing Thunyatorn Konkum putting the pressure on Hwang-Min Nguyen. The question is how much pressure can be applied before he just eventually breaks, as he will have the DRS now. Will there be a move into turn 10? No, not quite. Ooh, did he run a bit wide there, actually?
Yeah, did lose a bit of time because he was 0.3, now he's 0.5. So losing a bit of time there, but I'm sure he can gain it back. But he's gonna look out to not lose too much time because Sundevik is right there. And so is Valjak, to be fair. So they're both, of course, maybe lurking a bit, trying to take advantage of the two fighting, if they do end up fighting. Because for now, Conquest stayed a bit quiet. But now he's getting into the slipstream. DRS open. Doesn't look like he'll line up for a move just yet.
Yeah, Konkum, calm and collected driver. As we're gonna see Tildesley then once again try it on Axel Socki. Again though, he loses out there on the outside line. So Tildesley stays where he is. As we're looking at Tildesley's... Yeah, we're looking at Ollie Boakes. And yeah, same story there. Boakes gets pushed out on the outside and just loses a bit too much time there to not be able to keep the battle going. And yeah, thus he will have to stay in his position for the time being.
Seems like the inside line in turn 1 might not actually be the way, because considering it does turn into the inside in turn 1 does turn into the outside on turn 2. So maybe they'll have to find another way to turn 1.
Yeah, and obviously that also gives you the defensive advantage on this field. Considering we usually see, and whenever we see cars on the offense, we always see them go to the inside into turn number 1. Drivers are quite smart about that, covering the outside, because I think they do know that they get the advantage through turn 2, and that's where most moves are sealed, it seems like.
Yeah, Steelsley once again looks really, really close. Might try and move once again. Uh, yes, actually was more of a look there. Maybe try to intimidate him a bit. But Weitz actually has a look there. It has I think he was even a bit ahead into the turn, and now they will go side by side. Looks like no, they won't because Weitz gets it done before turn 4 or turn 3. I'm sorry, and that's Weitz up into P12.
Actually, a really solid move from Weitz. I really have to give it to him. Just as we were talking about how moves around the outside usually don't seem to work into turn 2, he's just gone and proven us wrong, really. Weitz, with a very nice move, goes up into P12 and has now got Gabriel Gomez ahead of him in P11.
It seems like the secret is just to get that like a good exit into the last turn, so you can have a bit more overspeed, so that you're lined up more alongside the driver you're trying to overtake, as we saw here with Weitz. I think that might be the strategy to turn 1.
Indeed, and we'll just have to see if it is going to pay off for the Swedish man, then, as his next target will be Gabriel Gomez in the ART Grand Prix. As we're just about to enter lap 8 out of 27, Henry J. Brown leads by 4.2 seconds. I cannot believe that. That is absolutely crazy.
He's not backing off today. I mean, usually you'd say with that kind of a lead, maybe you try like stay on 4 seconds, but no, he's gone from 2.4 to 3 to 4 now, and he's not stopping. Now maybe he's calmed down a bit, but I can't tell you for sure. As Weitz tries again, but it's more of a look, maybe a bit of a warning to Gabriel Gomez. As Vitas' teammate Oli Boaks tries a move again into turn 1 onto Curtis. He's been trying that for a bit now. Still, the outcome stays the same.
Yeah. Slight correction, as the Red Bull liveries do like to mess with us. Boaks and Weitz are in different teams. Weitz is in the Carlin, which is only filling 1 Red Bull car for the season, while Boaks is in the High Tech, which is fielding 2 Red Bull cars this season. So yeah, they used to be teammates though last season, obviously at Carlin. Both of them fielding Red Bull liveries, so it's a bit easy to forget. But blame Red Bull, not us. As Weitz still applying pressure on Gabriel Gomez. Turn 10 seems to be the place where Gomez seems to gain a bit of time on Weitz, though, considering I think it is a bit difficult with dirty air and whatnot to be able to follow through that corner.
So we'll see either Weitz coming around off final turn, as well as Gabriel Gomez. DRS open once again, of course, down the main straight. Seems a bit too far off though, but he can prove me wrong. He won't this lap as he stays behind, looking for a better opportunity. If we look at Oli Boaks, can he try and move again onto Curtis? No, this time around he decides to stay put. As the field seems to have calmed down a bit now. And Konkum, as we cut back to him, still behind Nguyen, even though he seems like he's the faster driver. You see him there behind all the time. He just can't pull off the move, like he's 0.3, 0.4. Just can't seem to get the move done.
Yeah, and again, Spain is a track that really gives the defenders advantage in a lot of the corners, because it's all about picking your lines, really. And obviously, when you're a defender and you have the luxury of picking a line, whereas as an attacker, you only take what you're given. You're able to cover off the inside or outside if you're defending from another driver. So if you know what the optimal line is heading into the next couple of corners, you're really able to defend. And we have seen a lot of that today, especially into the first few corners.
As I saw Tilsley actually very close after the second DRS straight. And now maybe he could try and move onto Soki once again. But Does
Yeah,
he? Not this time
no.
around. He's very close. Like he's just about there, but he just can't seem to find that one striking opportunity.
Yeah, I think that is a smart move, honestly. Um, we will just have to wait and see if he is gonna be able to do anything. But at the moment, Tillersley just biding his time and waiting for a way past and clearer opportunity to get past.
So back with Concom once again. Seems a bit closer than the last few laps this time around. Only 03, actually 02 now. Maybe could he get a move done here? He does have DRS, but we've seen drivers actually be kind of shy around this corner and not trying a move. But he's very close. Just behind, but he kind of scouting a bit, like where he could get the move done maybe for the last few laps. Because he's very close, and you see Nguyen has lost like once again time to Brown. I don't know if it's Nguyen's pace or if it's Brown in another world. It could be both, honestly.
Yeah, it very well could be. Either way, we're going to see then if Concom should be able to punch his way past. Now, gap is 4/10 between the two, and he is going to have the DRS to his advantage heading down the start-finish straight. Will he be able to do anything into turn number 1? No. Oh, he actually does try it into the first corner there. Tries to make it stick on the outside, but it just doesn't work for Thunyator Concom. Not close enough.
Oh, but
Jake
look at Tilsey
though.
here.
Yeah, he's able to follow through this time, and he is going to be wheel to wheel with Axel Soki here for turn through turn number 4. No, Soki is able to hold him off then for the time being, but yeah, Tillersley getting a bit further than he did last time at least.
Yeah, this was definitely his most dangerous attempt, but Sukashkas, don't forget about him, he's just there, so any small mistake and he's gonna take advantage of it.
Indeed. We'll see what Zukashkas will be able to do, and that's obviously the thing when you're stuck in a little DRS train like this. If you slip up into one mistake, especially into a DRS zone, then it is absolutely over for you, because you'll just get smoked down the straight. As Tillersley will again have to just gain as much time as possible through these final couple of corners and set himself up for a very nice move to turn 1.
Yeah, but even then, you're talking about the DRS train. It seems like the DRS, you can see Soki doesn't have it really because he's won the 1.8 of Volyak. He just the DRS might not have that big of an impact here in Spain. It's more about how you place the car in the corners because it doesn't really have that big of an impact. But Dilsey now looking closer than ever, actually lining up beside him on the straight. So now he's actually using that bit of DRS that makes impact to his advantage. I can't say he's got the move done because Soki is still there. Are they gonna go side by side to turn 3 or has Tilsley got it? It seems like it, but Soki's not really out of the picture yet. Now he is. Tilsley finally up into P6.
Yeah, great stuff from Jake Tillersley. That is what you love to see from the Brit, and he is finally able to get up into 6th, though I fear it may have been a bit too late, since he may have Valek up the road 1.7 seconds ahead, so he has got quite the gap to close down.
If we come back to our top 5 here, not many moves have happened, except Brown has been on the move, as we can clearly see, 6.3. And I'm gonna document this till it's probably gonna be maybe even 10 seconds, I don't know. But he's certainly a different man today.
Yeah, indeed. He's done well though. I mean, Nguyen remained cool as ice, despite all the relentless pressure Thunderthorn and Concom has been applying in this race. So he's been doing very well. Here then is Ollie Boakes through turn 11. It's going to be on the outside line, but yeah, it just gets shoved out a bit too far, and as a result has to stay behind. Oh, that's Curtis, who I think ran out of road there, and Boakes maybe thought about going for the move again, but maybe decided against it.
Could he try and decide for it now, as we see Still a battle for which is P17. He actually does line up beside him. Can it work out though? He's tried this many laps before, just doesn't work out again. It was a bit closer this time around, but he can't seem to get it done. Maybe it's a bit of a tactic to intimidate Curtis a bit, but for now he stays in P18.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see then what is going to happen here, but Aaron Curtis, I really still have to give it to him, honestly, considering he's probably got at least a bit of front wing damage from the accident between him and Soilu. He's doing a really good job at defending from Ollie Boaks, even with a bit of an impaired downforce level compared to the Brits. And oh, he's actually going to try it again here, in fact, into turn number 10. Boaks on the inside. Will he be able to get the move done then? Inside line, the superior line through turn 10. It seems like what in turn 11, you get shoved to the outside. And this is what's going to happen as a result, going very, very wide. Ollie Boaks not able to make it stick, but he's still trying to have a look there. Goes late onto the brakes. I think they made contact there, but he actually makes it work, Ollie Boaks.
Actually goes wide.
Yeah, Curtis goes wide. Luan's going to take advantage of that, but wow! Ollie Boaks, honestly, that takes guile to pull off a move like that. As we see Curtis and Luan fight it out. Curtis trying to put the squeeze on Alex Luan. He's there on the inside. Oh, contact, and Luan is round. And it's ended in the worst way possible for Alex Luan. Car spun around 180 degrees. And this is the onboard from Ari Soilu.
And
I fear...
He got hit once by... no, he hit Curtis once, and Soilund with nowhere to go. He just hits Luan. But yeah, you can see Luan here, left, right, left, right. He was looking for every opportunity there was. He was looking all over the place, and then he finds the gap. But this is just, you can see there, he has no angle to turn. He was only got 8 in contact.
I mean, Curtis did try and put the squeeze on him there. That's Luan out. But I wonder if we could get that replay on Boaks' overtake on Curtis, because I really want to see that again. We are actually going to get the wish granted here. And this is side by side then. Boaks on the outside line here, and you think he's going to absolutely lose out. Goes wide there. You see Curtis gets that, but into turn 12. Oh, it actually ran wide again, and... bit of a sloppy re-entry there from Aaron Curtis, but Ollie Boaks still makes it work. It's a bit dangerous from Curtis re-entering the track like that, but yeah, either way, he's got the move done. I think that is all that matters to Ollie. So Alex Luan will become the second DNFer in this race. Shame for Alex Luan, honestly. And, well, if it is his fault or not, that's up for the stewards to decide.
Yes, we cut back to the battle for which is P2. Plus a minor correction. You can nerd emoji me, but it's actually 3 DNFs. So I've turned into the nerd emoji. But Konku, now actually with a lot more overspeed than before, lines up on the inside. Can he get it done before the turn? No. But he has certainly much more of an advantage. Gonna go not side by side, but has he got it done? No. Nguyen actually still there. They're side by side now, heading into turn 4. As we're gonna get both them braking. They're still side by side. This is great racing. How is it gonna look like into turn 5? Has Konko finally got it? Yes, he has, and that's P2.
Yeah, that is a great bit of racing between the two. Konkum and Nguyen, and Thunyatorn Konkum finally is able to get up at the second. However, I fear as we have reached the halfway point, it is a bit too late for Thunyatorn Konkum. 8.1 is the gap between him and Henry J. Brown. Brown is just in a world of his own today. That is incredible. But yeah, Konkum, I think, will be quite happy for second. And, well, he'll have to give himself a pat on the back.
But even now, he's gained just a small bit of time on Danny J. Brown, so the chase might be on. So, but we'll have to see how that story concludes itself in the next following laps. For now, we'll take a look at the other battles we were seeing across the field. As Soki, after being overtaken by Tilsley, has lost a lot of time out on him, but Zukauskas is definitely there. As we head down the straight.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not gonna.
Sorry.
Not gonna try and move just yet, but he's certainly looking for any possible gap, and I'm sure we can expect a move from him very soon.
Indeed, we'll just have to wait and see what Zukauskas has in offer for us, as we're now looking at the man. No, sorry. We're looking at the man last. Yes, here we go. Ari Soilu is having a bit of a look on his teammate Curtis, who has now fallen down second to last. This is not looking good for. This is not looking good for Campos at all. This is probably, and especially in the team's home race as well, this is probably not how they would have wanted it to go after such a great qualifying effort from both of their drivers. It's just gone all wrong for them, really. It's a shame, but no other explanation for it. It's just racing.
That's how it turns out sometimes, but the key is not losing motivation in the next following rounds. Because certainly it does not end here in this only second round of the championship, so it's only just all started. Doesn't mean it has to end badly. But as we see the two teammates fighting, actually, the first time I've seen someone try and move after the second DRS zone. I haven't seen it from the guys up front. Does it end well for Soilu? As he's certainly around the outside there, he goes a bit wide. And he has to slot in behind again. As Valjak actually now tries a move onto Rilly Sundevik, but can't pull it off just about now. Valjak, who has been quiet actually the last 17 laps, now actually, I think that's the first move I've seen from him in this race. But he has to watch out for Tilsley definitely, as Tilsley actually caught up to Valjak, as we did say. You did say before, Milan, he must have been late for Tilsley, but Tilsley did prove you wrong there. Now he's right on the back of the Croatian.
Well, whenever I do say things like that, I'm always hoping I am proven wrong. So I'm quite happy in this scenario. Either way, Michael Valjak, which is quite unlike him really, has been a bit quiet this race, as you did say, Giuseppe. But yeah, bit of a sloppy overtake on really Sundevik. Wasn't able to quite get it done right on the outside line there. But we'll see what Valjak has in store for us. As I do say, Zukauskas trying to put the pressure on Axel Socki. Has been doing so for the past few laps, but hasn't been able to get past the Norwegian just yet.
So there's not much happening right now. The drivers kind of studying each other, because soon enough we'll enter into the final part of the race. We are past the halfway point. As we see the Campos drivers fighting once again. So he tries to move around the other side again, ends up a bit wide once again, has to slot in behind again, once again.
Yeah, oh, that was actually Curtis running a bit wide, but yeah, so it wasn't able to do anything else.
Yeah, actually cutting you off now there, because Zukauskas actually is gonna make that turn 1 overtake work maybe this time around. Staying into turn 3, Socki might lose out on another position today. As Zukauskas now heading into turn 4. Has he got the advantage? Not quite. Socki is still there. But now into turn 5 he finally backs off. It's Zukauskas up into P7.
Yeah, very well done from Zukauskas. And he is finally through and up into P7. And again, we'll just have to see if he joins the fray in the battle for P4 with Tilsley, Valjak and Sundevik. So we'll see what happens there. Let's look a bit further back. Håkon Olsen would like to be the next man to get past his compatriot Axel Socki. So we'll see what he is gonna be able to do as we go back to Michael Valjak. Still putting the pressure on really Sundevik. 4 tenths is the gap between the two. just barely. Up to 5/10 though. Just about. We'll see if he's going to be able to do anything into turn 1. Unlikely move for Mihail Valyak, but he could still try something into the first corner. And heading into the first corner, Valyak does stay behind. Yeah, not close enough for a move at all.
Yeah, Valyak, who's just now actually tried in the last few laps make some moves. Kind of stunning a bit how where he could get the move done. But of course, while doing that, he has to watch out for Tilsley, who is looking quite good with the pace today.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going to happen here. Jake Tilsley, again, could be a little bit of a wild card here today in this battle. And try and get himself involved. Here's an unusual battle, though. This is the battle for the first point ping position. Tobias Schulenberg versus Gabriel Gomez, and Gomez is going to try on the inside line into turn number 9, but it's a bit too rash of a judgment from the Brazilian, and it's lost him a bit of time as a result. Either way, doesn't hurt in trying.
Yeah, it was definitely quite a good attempt. But sure that's not going to be the last we see of him today, as he is still quite close. I assume we're all going to head down the main straight once again. We've now turned to lap 20. Only 8 laps to go. Seems like this race kind of has flown by actually this time around, but we've seen plenty of overtakes, and it certainly does not end here.
Yeah, it's been very interesting. So we head into turn 1. Gomez still in hot pursuit of Tobias Schulenberg. See if there's going to be a battle there later on. Henry J. Brown then, his gap has diminished somewhat over the field. It's down to 7.7. Stunner Konkum has been able to make a few strides and close up to the Portuguese driver, but I still have to say he's nowhere near close to him, in my opinion. And I think you do have to agree with me that this race has just been absolutely commanded by Henry J. Brown these past 20 laps, and if I'm being honest, I don't see it changing. Not to obviously jinx him, but still.
Yeah, as you say, because Konkum he stayed there on the 8-second mark, but he's just not managed to catch up to Henry J. Brown at all.
Yeah, you thought Konkum would be able to get at least close down it, or close down the gap by at least maybe a second or two, but no, he hasn't been able to do that. So we're now going to see Gabriel Gomez try a move on the inside, heading into turn 2. He's on the outside line this time, and yeah, not able to do anything there. Gabriel Gomez having to stay behind. There also in P12, either Weitz, who we did see in the earlier few laps chase down Gabriel Gomez, so he is in this little battle for points as well. If we could get the position gains on the screen as well, it would be interesting, because I really haven't kept track of that. Here it is, and you can see some of the gainers. Brown and Konka moving up 1 position, Nguyen down 2. Here is Gomez to the inside line. He's gone up 3 positions. So has Olsen, Schulenberg, Gomez, and then Weitz. Speaking of either Weitz, he's going to try a move on the inside line into turn number 10. For P11, either Weitz is going to take his time to try and get this move done. Through turn 11, he has the outside, but that's going to push him off quite a bit. He's actually dipped the wheel into the gravel. It's that bad, as Gomez is now trying on Schulenberg. Schulenberg runs wide. Gomez tries to have a look on the outside. It's quite a hectic battle for P10. but it ends as it started, everyone in their respective positions. That was quite an interesting battle. Here is Jake Tillersley now to the inside line of Valyak. Not able to do anything there just yet though. Valek staying behind. Gomez tries it once again on Tobias Schwulenberg now. On the outside, is able to keep it level with the German. Yes, they're wheel to wheel then through turn number 3. Gomez on the inside line, Schwulenberg on the outside, heading into turn 4. Gomez will have the inside line once again, heading into the right-hander. And I think he is going to be able to make it stick then heading into turn 5. Yes, he does. And Gabriel Gomez up into P10. Great stuff from the Brazilian. He is back into the points-paying positions, ladies and gentlemen. So great stuff from Gabriel Gomez, and a great battle as well between the two.
Yeah, you love to see it, really. Also, for P10, crucial move there, of course, because getting that 1 point home, better than nothing. And I say that because 3.5 seconds off Olsen. I don't know if he can make it up, but if he can, it's going to be better for him, because that will mean 2 points, 1 point more, making it 2 points. But right now we look at Tilsley, who still looking to be on the move. May he get himself in the top 5, as Valyak, before some laps ago, I've noticed he was trying some moves onto Sudevik. Now has lost a lot of time, lost a lot of time onto him. And Tilsley's Kauskas are looking closer than ever. So we'll be able to see a move from them. He looks to the outside, but actually decides for the inside. Can he get it done? He seems to be ahead. If he stays there, he could try a move onto turn 3. Yes, he does. Has he got it done? Valyak is still there, side by side to turn 3. You love to see it, to that fast right-hander. Tilsley, well, both of them into turn 4. As they both side by side, Valyak not giving up. But it seems like Tilsley might just have it now. And he does. That's Tilsley up into the top 5. As if Weitz once again battling with Gomez, and Weitz actually no, it was Schwulenberg, sorry. Schwulenberg gets passed by Ida Weitz, as I'm sure Ida Weitz was actually in P12 beforehand. So my mistake, but that's Ida Weitz up to P11.
Yeah, good stuff from Ida Weitz, but I really have to commend Jake Tillersley on that move. That was absolutely fantastically executed from Tillersley. Finally, he was able to get it done. So yeah, good stuff then from him. Here's Jakubas Zukauskas. He would like to be the next man to get past Michael Valyak. Valyak, who tried his best at defending from Tillersley, put up lots of resistance there towards the Brit, but just wasn't able to do anything in the end. I think now that it is the last 3 laps, I think his tires might be starting to drop off. May have pushed a bit too much in the earlier stage of the race, and now has to pay for that. So he is just going to have to defend as best as he can from a faster Jakubas Zukauskas in 7th.
Yeah, Zukauskas looking very close, and Michal Valyak not looking quite as strong today. So Zukauskas might take advantage of that. Or it might just be Valyak actually. I want to be proven wrong, and maybe he's just saving up for the last few laps. But if not, he'll certainly have to put up some great defensive work against Zukauskas, because he's certainly also hungry for that P6. As he's very close behind. Sundevik, to be fair, is also close behind Nguyen, so he might see a battle for the podium in the coming laps. You never know. Zukauskas down the straight. Stays behind for now, but he's very, very close, so don't count him out just yet. But for now, he sits tight into P7.
Yeah, he had the look on the outside line there, but I don't think that was the right call. Either way, battle for the podium reignited then, as Hwang-Min Nguyen I don't think would like to lose out another position here, considering he started on pole today. But he could be potentially sent out of the podium if Sundevik is able to do something here, and he is going to have the DRS, and he now poses a very big threat to the Vietnamese man. Heading into turn 1, he slots to the inside, and they are wheel to wheel immediately. Then heading through turn 2, Sundevik on the outside line, using all the experience that he has. He's wheel to wheel through turn 3 with Nguyen now. Into turn 4, inside line once again for Sundevik. Really good battling between these two, but ultimately it is Sundevik who currently is ahead and does get up into the podium. Great stuff from really Sundevik, but Hwangmin Nguyen must be feeling a sense of frustration.
Yeah, the man who started from pole position now isn't even on the podium. So he's certainly gonna have that. He needs to have some determination, and all he has left in his last 3 laps to get back at least onto the podium spot. But for now, he sits at the P4, which is a good result, but certainly not what he would have wanted from this race.
Indeed, as we're now looking at Olsen. He's in this little battle for P6, I think. It's Olsen, Soki, Valjak, and then Zukauskas all in this little battle. As that's Soki running wide, is Olsen going to take advantage? Yes, he is on the inside line there. So they are side by side. Oh no, contact! And Olsen into the barrier. Very big impact for Håkon Olsen, and he's been shoved by his countryman into the wall. There's the two Premas fighting. Schwulenberg holding off Jimenez, both of them going off the track, but Schwulenberg just holds him off. But a big accident for Håkon Olsen, and he is going to be yet another DNFer in this race. But man, I think that is definitely on Axel Soki. That was a bit of unfair play from the Norwegian. He re-entered straight into the path of Håkon Olsen. I think we're going to have to get a replay on that, but from what it seemed like to me, I think that's just absolutely foul play.
Yeah, I was a bit distracted, so I couldn't really see the incident for a minute, but good that we get the replay. Our cameraman coming in clutch. But yeah, I mean, Olsen, on one hand, he could have left a bit more space for, I don't know who that was, I think, I don't know, Soki to get back onto the track, but Soki had to get him back onto the track, back onto the track, oh man, somehow, but not in that way. He's not like, I mean, he just shoved him out the way basically. He's just like, if you're not gonna let me back onto the track, then I'm gonna let myself back onto the track, and that's the outcome of it.
Yeah, it was a bit odd then, but we're gonna see Jake Tillersley now to the inside line of Hwangmin Nguyen. Nguyen might go down another position here as Tillersley is on a charge today. It's gonna go around the outside of the Vietnamese man heading into turn 11. It's gonna put him at a slight disadvantage heading into turn 12 as he's still there on the outside line, in fact, and they are side by side. Tillersley on the inside through the chicane, tries to make it stick, running a bit wide on exit there. Is he going to be able to do it? Heading into the final corner, now into the final lap of the race. They are side by side, heading down to turn number 1, and it is Nguyen with the DRS. He's going to try to punch his way past and defend successfully. Tillersley is absolutely mugged here as Nguyen does get past. Tillersley tries to retaliate as best as he can on the inside. Zukauskas taking advantage of this now as he is going to go up and alongside Jake Tillersley. The two wheel to wheel as Zukauskas is on the outside line. Great racing we're having here then into turn 4. Zukauskas on the outside. Is he going to be able to make it stick, or is it going to be Tillersley who's at least going to be able to hold on to this position? It is Tillersley who stays in P5 for the time being. I have to say that is an absolutely great little battle between all those three.
Yeah, indeed, and it's the final lap, so it's really all or never now. But as I say that, there's not much time left. Tillersley certainly has a very realistic chance of getting into that P4, and if he does get into P4, but if he doesn't, it would be a really great drive for him in this race, as Nguyen is not looking as strong. But we cut back to Henry J. Brown, who's now coming to the final chicane, and not many corners left before. As he comes down the final corner, and Henry J. Brown wins the Spanish Grand Prix. Stupendous drive.
I really have to say that is a really, really impressive drive from Henry J. Brown in only your second race. Really fantastic performance from Henry J. Brown. Konkum in second and Sundevik in third, rounding out the podium. Ida White up into P10. Great drive from him as well. And Rodrigo Jimenez also will be quite proud of himself. No points, but still did very, very well, I do think. And unfortunately for the Campos cars, it wasn't really meant to be their race, which is a shame. They'll come home P17 and P18 last out of all the runners, but that is it then. Really, really exciting race, I really have to say. Got quite tense there at the end, but yeah, Henry J. Brown win and the fastest lap. He looked on fire today and rightfully deserved that win more than anyone else today. Tunatorn Konkum will take second, and really Sundevik just secures a podium there. Hwamin Nguyen, disappointing day for him, I do think, in the office, P4. And then it is Tilsley finishing a very, very good P5. He'll be very happy about that performance. P6 is Jakubas Zukauskas. Then Michael Valdiak is 7th. Axel Socki finishes 8th with Gabriel Gomez in 9th. Then Ida Weitz rounds out the top 10.
Just outside the top 10, we have Tobias Schulenberg, and behind him, Rodrigo Jimenez. Then we head to Rosetta Martinez, and we see Walji in P14. 15th is Jean-François Bilot, and we have Ollie Boaks. And behind, we have the two Campos teammates, Ari Soilu and Aaron Curtis. The DNFers, as we see Håkan Olsen, after all entire race, taking in the point-paying positions. Sadly, DNFs just 2 laps from the end of the race. Then we have Alex Luan, and the other DNFers are Roman Shotanus and Adam Hidayat.
And yeah, that has been it then for Formula 2 today. Thanks so much for watching. It's been, I have to say, actually a really good race. I really did enjoy that one. But before we go, Giuseppe, it is time to answer the age-old question of driver of the day. And personally, I have no doubt in my mind. I know it's a bit basic, but I will give it to Henry J. Brown. I think that is an absolutely incredible performance. To win by such a large margin over your rivals. He was just on another level today, and I think he really does deserve that race win. So he gets my driver of the day. What about you, Giuseppe?
Well, certainly I have to agree with you there. I mean, great move, great start, first of all, beating out his rivals to get into P1. Solid overtake, and then just flies away. I mean, it seems like he just got into a NASA spaceship and flew to the moon, because that's what it seems like today. And he never came back down. He just stayed there. 8 seconds clear, I think 7 seconds clear. One of the two, still both numbers sound insane. It just wins the race. No, absolutely flawless race from him. It's like the perfect race, honestly. So has to be him.
Indeed, it really could not have gone better for him. But that has been it then for Formula 2. But don't worry, the action at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya is not over. We'll have the main event, the Formula 1 Spanish Grand Prix at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya this week. So make sure to not miss that, as we'll have round 3 of F1 on as well. And make sure to not miss Super Formula on this Sunday as well, I do believe. Well, at least we'll have it on this week at Okayama for round 2 of that. It's going to be very, very exciting. But until then, I have been Miran.
And I've been Giuseppe.
And we will see you when the ACC returns for Formula 1 at the Spanish Grand Prix. Thank you and goodbye.